He's in here. Queen 10 for Zobian, who checks.
I'm going to take a look at a hand that poker coaching coach Aram Zobian played heads up against Jesse Lonis, where, spoiler alert, he gets stacked in a spot where I was not sure about his play. In this hand, Jesse Lonis limps 37 big blinds deep with 9-7 of diamonds from the button. A hand that should pretty much always be raised in game theory optimal world. Maybe that's where we're living, maybe it's not. Aram with the queen of diamonds, 10 of spades, can either check or raise. He checks. Let's go to the flop.
Jack, 8-7 with 2 diamonds. Pair and flush draw for Jesse, accompanied by a gutter. Zobian has a straight draw, has the queen of diamonds in his hand.
You wanted action, Jeff.
Yeah,
there you go.
We'll ramp things up a little bit. Lonis bets 150K. Comes a check raise to the tune of 475,000.
The flop comes Jack of diamonds, 8 of diamonds, 7 of clubs. Aram checks with the queen 10. Jesse Lonis bets half pot. Aram then bumps it up to 475,000. You may say, is this a good play? Well, turns out, absolutely yes, it is. With the overcard, backdoor flush draw, gut shot to the nuts. This is a hand that loves to raise, especially with the queen of diamonds. Aram does raise. Let's see how Lonis proceeds.
$1.1 million.
Lonis with the re-raise to 1.1 million.
Jesse re-raises to 1.1 million. Tough spot for Aram. Let's see what he does.
Zobian's check raise met with the 3-bet. Zobian makes the call. 2.5 million in the pot. That's about what Aram has back. The turn is the 10 of diamonds. It's a straight flush for Jesse Lonis. It's a pretty looking turn card if you're Aram Zobian.
Unbelievable.
After a bit of deliberation, Aram calls with just queen high, backdoor flush draw, and a gut shot. And this may seem very optimistic, but turns out it is actually the GTO play, assuming Lonis is also playing good, strong poker, as I presume he is. He is an excellent player. And you may say, why should Aram call in this spot? Well, it's because he's getting amazing pot odds. Pot odds exist, especially heads up. You can't go around folding decent draws, and it turns out this is a decent enough draw, and Aram fully recognizes that. Cool spot, huh? The turn is the 10 of diamonds. The pot has 2.5 million. Aram has 2.4 million. What I want to know is, what do you think is going to happen in this hand? What do you think Aram specifically is going to do? Do you think he's going to check and fold if Lonis goes all in? Do you think he's going to check and call if Lonis goes all in? Or do you think Aram is going to lead all in himself? Take a second, think about it, and let me know what you think is going to happen in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, click the like and subscribe button for me.
With the queen of diamonds in his hand, with a pair of tens, and yet is dead, and he's all in!
Got steel or the straight flush.
The straight flush for Jesse Lonis ends
He
it!
just wins it with a straight flush. Unbelievable.
The first PGT Majors tournament title for Lonis. He'll get handed the chips by our runner-up.
Congrats. Big game, bro. First one.
Did you make a straight flush? No, I won.
Gino Remus here,
Oh,
shocked.
Yeah, I got my dealer, man.
that's how you do it.
Aram opts to rip it all in for about the size of the pot. And you know what? This is actually a very reasonable option. At this point, he has some equity, and he has a made hand. And it turns out leading all in is actually okay. If the pot was a little bit bigger, he should also lead with his hand close to every single time. Say instead the stacks were, let's say, 30 big blinds, and there were 20 big blinds in the pot because slightly smaller sizes were used on the flop. In that scenario, he should lead for 10 big blinds. And if Jesse Lonis puts them all in, he should actually call it off. Seems optimistic, huh? Turns out the GTO strategy, especially heads up, has he getting in there and battling hard. And these two players are two of the hardest battlers in all of poker. This time, Aram rips it in, Lonis calls with a straight flush and wins the tournament. But, this is a spot where I would have messed this hand up if I was in Aram's shoes. And he did not. Good for him. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.